Can I tell you something as a friend? No, can I tell you something as a friend?
Yeah.
Come on in if you would, please. You're the shits. You really are. You're the worst I heard.
Stupid ghost. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 375. I'm your host, Ryan. I'm here with Born Naughty, Bill Cashin.
The instant they start to catch feelings, I start to steal their stuff, and I'm out.
That might be the best one yet. Who is that?
It's the great poet, Earl Simmons.
The great poet.
Earl Simmons.
Yeah.
And I'm here with the Ying Yang boy. It's Wally Foley.
Here again.
Dynamite dropping.
Wow, I thought there was going to be...
Though I am pretty excited since I'm leading the top the picks.
You're leading in picks. You
I'm
may or may not
the
have
champion
had a massive...
of eBay.
For like 20 more
yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, 1 week champion. But you may or may not have done very well in the AEW picks.
You may or may not have.
I can't wait to find out. And we'll start right there. Top story of the week, AEW Revolution.
Our
Hicks.
evolution.
Not, Jesus. I hated that name so much. Our Evolution.
No, we didn't pick a couple of these, right?
We didn't pick any of the pre-shows.
Okay, which is
It was
Layla and
Layla
Chris.
Hirsch defeated Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I would have gotten that wrong.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people would have gotten that wrong.
I think we would have swept
It was
Statlander.
an upset. She hit her with a giant turnbuckle hook in the face.
I'll do it.
And
Wait.
that's how she won.
Like the hook that they used to
You know
to
how-
hook
yeah.
onto the turnbuckle?
Yeah, you know that metal piece?
Damn.
She
She hit her
pulled-
with one of those?
She pulled it out from under the ring and hit her. Of course, it's wrestling. But
All right.
hit her in the head with it.
That's
She's legit.
That's my kind of fighter.
Yeah, she
like
is. She is fun. And then she won with a moonsault after that. Wasn't enough. Still got to win with a moonsault. So we did not pick that.
We did not.
I watched all of these. Some more. The pay-per-view more intently. While I was watching the pay-per-view, I was watching the pre-show at the same time.
Okay.
To just make sure I got the gist of what was going on. So, Hook defeated QT Marshall.
Obviously.
Beat the crap out of him. That
Yeah,
was
it was
funny.
5 minutes, I think I saw the time on that match.
Yeah. It was QT like trying to teach him a thing or two, and then he just eventually just choked him out. House of Black versus Death Triangle was a lot of fun.
Why wasn't...
Phoenix is still hurt, so it's Pac, Penta, and Eric Redbeard, the former Wyatt family guy,
Oh.
Yep.
the big guy, Big Red,
Rowan?
Rowan.
Look at you.
Hey,
Look
look
at
at
you,
that.
wrestling fan.
Ooh, get ready for the card segment. You're coming out on top.
What I noticed...
My big problem is I forget people's names when we're trying. I'm like, all right, think of a wrestler. Just a wrestler to throw
It's funny
out
because
there.
I was listening to last week's show and I messed up a bunch of names, and Wally's the one that corrected me on all of them.
Yeah, he's
Like
a
3
bigger
or 4
wrestling fan than
times,
I
he's
am
like,
at this point in our lives.
It's
He is a-
Malachi Black, not Aleister Black.
He is a bigger wrestling fan than me. That is true.
Well, when I do that, it's literally just to be like, am I confusing something? Am I the one who's in the wrong?
No, you're not. Most of the
Never
time, you're
anymore.
right. Anyway,
I saw that Penta, according to Wikipedia, is now Penta Oscuro.
yeah, Penta Dark again.
I like that.
Okay.
I like
Penta
that.
Dark.
That's good for him.
Yeah, so he's back to evil, weirdo, dark Penta. But I guess he was a babyface in this match? I don't know. Fun. I thought this was fun. We did not pick it, though.
We did not.
Oh, okay.
Pay-per-view started off with Jericho versus Eddie Kingston. And the story was like, you can't win the big one, Eddie Kingston, and you'll never beat me, but if you beat me, I'll give you a handshake. And then you'll be a top guy, I guess.
He'll make him Kingmaker.
Kingmaker. Kingston did a thing that he did last pay-per-view, I think it was, or maybe it was one of the big Dynamites, where he like gets his big move in right away before as soon as the bell rings, runs over, does his big move. and then almost wins but doesn't.
Okay.
So he did that. One of his moves is a half and half suplex, and he dropped Jericho right on the top of his head. First move of the pay-per-view, ding, right on the head.
Yikes.
But I guess
and that
Jericho
half
was
and half's
all right.
an ugly one to mess up too.
It was ugly.
Yeah.
He was ugly. So he dropped him right on his head. Eventually, Kingston won by doing multiple finishers and put on a stretch plum, which is a fun, old-school, weird submission
know
move
what
where
that
you,
is.
like, wrench on someone's arm while they're in a headlock, basically.
I've
And you,
never
like,
even heard of it.
Keep pulling the arm back.
Okay.
Like, you know.
And he won with it, huh?
And he won, and Jericho tapped out to
Now,
Eddie
is
Kingston.
Dad Bod Jericho shredded again? Did I see that?
Yeah, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he's full-on, regular,
On the gas?
normal-looking Jericho in, like, 3 weeks.
All right, good for
I don't
him,
know when
guess.
the last time he showed up. I guess it was more than 3 weeks, but it's crazy. I don't know.
Did he give him a handshake?
So, I thought this was awesome. Eddie Kingston wins. Bryce Remsburg is, like, his real-life friend, also referee.
Okay.
He, like, taps him on the shoulder. Oh, no, I'm sorry. It was Aubrey Edwards. She taps him on the shoulder, and she's like, Eddie, you won. He goes, I won? What? I won? Really? And then Jericho did not. No handshake.
Oh, I like it.
Broke his word,
So we get to run this back next pay-per-view.
I assume. So Eddie beat Jericho. I believe the Ghost had that.
Everyone except for Ryan Murray had that.
Oh,
That was your
man.
lone wolf attempt.
Which we were kind of afraid
Shit.
of that lone wolf. A Chris Jericho lone wolf?
Yeah,
Not
against
a
the
bad
nobody
one.
like Eddie Kingston.
Yeah.
Damn it. AEW Tag Team Championship match. Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon versus Young Bucks.
Who were TBD when we were picking, but you
Yeah,
basically
right.
said it's going to be the Young Bucks.
Yeah. So it was Dragon and Bucks teaming up to beat the crap out of Jurassic Express.
Good.
Eventually, of course, they inadvertently super kick somebody, and then it's
Oh,
on,
yep,
and then
yep.
it's a three-way match.
Yep.
Bobby took it, didn't he?
So it kind of sucked at the beginning. Then it got better, and then they just lost. It was a shocking thing. It was like, oh, neither one of these guys are going to win. Jurassic Express, because they're beating each other up and not paying attention to Jungle Boy,
Yeah.
he's able to win.
Okay.
So they retained.
Who took the pin?
Um,
Was it Bobby?
no, it was Matt Jackson.
Oh,
One
wow.
of the Bucks, because Red Dragon like moved them when they were about to win or something. So they cost the Bucks, which they should have because they're in the match, but
Right.
they did not allow the Bucks to win, so then they lost.
Okay.
But Jurassic Express retained the tag team championships
Mm-hmm.
in a fun one.
As
Probably not
chosen
the
by
best.
nobody.
That's chosen by
Wow.
nobody.
Yeah.
Oof.
Here's a question I've long had about Red Dragon.
Okay.
Why is it the D and the R that are capitalized?
Because there was some skateboarding company that used to do it. I just heard him talk about this. It was a skateboard company that used to do weird capitalizations, and they thought it would be cool to do a weird capitalization.
Okay.
So it's just like a dumb thing. Like, oh, we thought that would be cool. There's no like real. I don't
Gotcha.
think there's anything like any background on that. All right, how do we all got that wrong.
Yeah.
Face of the Revolution ladder match. So, I hate this name. Face of the Revolution. I hate this Sonic
Face
ring.
of the R Evolution ladder match.
Stop. I hate this Sonic ring. I hate it. The fake brass ring. You
It's a Sonic
You didn't
ring
know
now?
about this? It looks like a big Sonic ring.
Oh, I did
Like
know
the
about
gold
this.
ring.
Because I saw a Kiss the Ring ladder match when I went and saw that Wheatus concert.
And it was
They had a brass ring for that.
They had a brass ring for that.
Yeah.
So okay. Anyway, bunch of dudes in here, and this was awesome. So much fun. Keith Lee, Orange Cassidy, Powerhouse Hobbs, Ricky Starks, Wardlow, and Christian Cage. Everybody got knocked out, and the three Hosses were in together, which was really fun.
Nice, yeah.
Then the little guys came in and like took advantage, knocked the other two out. Keith Lee did his Keith Lee thing, double leapfrog, jumped over
Oh,
two
yeah.
men,
Yeah.
and then basically Orange Cassidy took over. And
I saw that he did the deal.
he did the deal.
Does that mean he put it on his head and spun?
Yep.
Oh, I
Yep.
love it. I didn't
Yep.
see it, but I love
You
it.
would love this match, actually, because you love ladder matches.
I do.
So I think you would like this one because it was just it was like the most fun. Like, just go have fun.
Yeah.
Who cares? Like, not
The
who
ladder
cares,
match
but-
I saw when I first fell in love with Orange Cassidy because I didn't know who he was and I was not impressed with him
Right.
leading
And he
into
was
the match.
in a ladder match.
But then he was
when you
in
saw
a
him.
ladder match.
Yeah.
And he I didn't know what his shtick was at all. I just thought
Right.
he was an unimpressive looking wrestler until he started wrestling. And then he ended up clearing the ring. And then he stood on a ladder that was flat on the ground, and then obviously couldn't reach. So he did the thing like, oh, I have an idea. He turned it on its side, so it was only 2 feet up now.
Yeah.
But somehow actually was able to balance on it, which was impressive. And then also somehow that didn't work either.
Surprising.
But, yeah.
Surprising that didn't work.
There was one moment where the 3 hosses were in there, and he got in and started doing the leg kicks.
I picked this. I think I picked this.
Okay. He started doing the lazy kicks to all 3 hosses, and they're all looking at each other like, "What the hell?" That was funny. There was a moment where he got somebody off the ladder and climbed with hands in pockets.
Oh,
Climbed to the top with hands in pockets.
That's
that.
impressive.
That was cool. And then even more impressive is he was doing I guess it's the Terry Funk. Is that who did it? The ladder, put the ladder over your head, spin around thing.
I don't know who did it originally.
I think it's Terry Funk, and
it's the best though.
I think Tommy Dreamer did it too, but I think he copied Terry Funk. Anyway, so he did that, which was awesome.
Yeah, it's the best move in any video game ever.
Did that in 2K all the time.
Yeah.
I don't want to win the match. I just want to do this thing and knock you all out. So he did that, which was great. And then 2 big guys grabbed it. I think it was Lee and Hobbs. And then he was about to get hit with it. They had it suspended between their, across the ring, up in the air. He dodges something and then gets on top of it, skinning the cat style, kip up.
Oh.
Stands up on the ladder, suspended by the 2 big guys, and he's right there to get the ring, and then they dumped him off. But it was like,
that's impressive.
oh, you're going to lift me up? Great.
Yeah.
I'm going to go up, and I'm going to get the thing. That would have been an awesome finish.
Yeah,
but,
that would have been a great finish.
So that was really funny. Danhausen came in
Oh.
and put a curse on Ricky Starks.
Oh, boy.
And then he got knocked off, and then he got powerbombed on his head.
Okay.
And Danhausen just left. Put a curse on him, walked out. Let's start laughing.
Nice.
Wardlow then climbed up and powerbombed Ricky Starks onto a ladder very hard onto his broken ass neck.
Ooh.
It was gross.
Is he
looking.
dead?
He's okay, apparently.
That's good.
I guess, somehow. I was wondering if it was is this a safe powerbomb and we don't know it? Because it was suspended on the top rope into the ladder, which was set up. And he powerbombed from the top just down 3 rungs or whatever it was.
Okay.
So I was wondering if it was a much safer powerbomb for him to take. It looked horrible, but because it was not such a big fall.
That and if you're hitting the ring mat flat.
No, it was just hitting the ladder.
Yeah, but if you hit the ring mat, you're hitting everything.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're hitting the ladder, maybe you can avoid.
It didn't look that way, and they made it seem like it was hurt. I hope it was oh, this is safer for us to powerbomb you like this, but I don't know how. But anyway, so Wardlow became the face of the Revolution and got the Sonic ring.
Wow.
And it was a big night for Wardlow.
Yeah, who picked
Big night for Wally, apparently.
Yeah.
He's lone wolf Wardlow here.
Holy crap. Look at that.
It really is your year. That's quite a pick. It kind of as the match went on, it kind of became oh yeah, Wardlow's going to win this match. Oh yeah, whoa. He's going to fucking screw over MJF later. And that's exactly what happened.
Nice.
Swerve Strickland. Isaiah Swerve Scott.
Okay.
Back to
Shane
Strickland is now Swerve.
Wait. His name now is Swerve Strickland.
Back to his original name. Not Isaiah Swerve Scott.
It wasn't Isaiah Scott. It was
Shane Swerve Strickland was his name before. So he's back to his original name.
So currently, it's just Swerve Strickland, or is it Shane
Swerve Strickland?
The whole 3 things.
I'm assuming it's all 3 things.
Oh, you Lord!
So he's there.
Stop changing your names, people.
He went to WWE.
that was him going back to his name.
Okay.
Yeah, he was going back to the original name. Anyway, He's there. He's in AEW. Good. I think he's going to be.
Who was he just announced or like? What
He
was-
walked out and signed a contract with Tony Schiavone, and apparently they have this backstory of working in MLW together, which I don't remember.
Oh.
He's like, "Hey, my good old buddy." I'm like, what? Swerve? Me and Swerve go way back. Like, what? How? MLW.
Okay.
AEW TBS Championship, Jade Cargill versus Ty Conti. They kissed because Jade was dressed up like Jade from Mortal Kombat, which I totally forgot. That was her
Yeah,
fatality.
I had forgotten that too, but okay.
Ty, it was a little awkward at first. Mike did not agree with, Ghost did not agree with me, but I thought it was a little awkward at first, but it got going. And eventually Jade won. But it was probably her most, I guess, defensive getting beat up match so far. So
Okay,
it
that's
got better
good.
as it went on, but Jade is 28-0 or 29-0, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna say, I without like just hearing about it, I don't think they should do the fatality kiss anymore. It's just kind of
It's weird.
It's yeah,
Well, it was a video game with two girls kissing, so that
exactly.
that got
So
you to
like
sign up
we're
for it.
kind of past that.
But yeah,
as-
I mean, yeah, why is it fatality? I don't know. I'm not sure, but they kissed twice, so people are
Why a
freaking
second
out.
time?
Ty did it back to Jade later
Oh.
as like a fuck you, I can kiss you back. Yeah, people.
Well,
are
it
going-
sounds like all this happened in less than 7 minutes, though. So
I don't know how long it was.
6 minutes and 50 seconds, according to the Wikipedia.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I mean,
yeah,
Jade
that's-
doesn't have long matches. She's pretty green still. I mean,
Okay.
this was probably
and they're running her at.
But that's what I mean.
28
You're saying
and
this is like her
29
best-
and
She is
match.
like, first of all, her talking ability is nuts. It's very good, and she is literally chiseled from granite. Have you seen a picture of her?
No, let me check.
Look up a
She
picture
is
of her.
shredded.
She is legit like a 0% body fat maniac.
Who is
machine.
she's married to a baseball player, right?
Oh,
I thought she was.
oh,
Brandon
shit.
Phillips, I think. I think she's married to Brandon Phillips.
She is ripped,
Yeah, shredded.
shredded.
Yeah.
So
All those
jacked.
adjectives.
So jacked.
That's a word.
She was a basketball player, and there was a couple other things. All right, Jade won. I'm assuming we swept that.
We did, in fact, sweep that.
Good. CM Punk versus MJF in a dog collar match.
Yes, it is Brandon Phillips.
Wow. That's funny because he's in the crowd all the time with her daughter, and like holds her up very high. And her daughter, like you can see her daughter in the shot last night when she won,
Yeah.
which is cool. So super weird intros. MJF, Punk's music plays, and MJF walks out like "fuck you guys," and then Punk walks out to a different theme song, wearing ROH gear, which is something we'll talk about later.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's like full ROH, including ROH music, his original ROH music, which was performed by AFI, which I did not know.
Emo.
Super
See,
emo.
you were talking
music.
about.
Super
He
emo.
said he used to get them confused with.
My Chemical Romance.
Ghost Mike said
My Chemical Romance, in my opinion, was better.
I honestly couldn't tell you anything about My Chemical Romance.
AFI.
I'm sure there's a song I would recognize, but
yeah,
So he was saying
AFI and Alien Ant Farm in my mind are the same.
Whoa, no, not, at all.
not even close.
Not even
I don't
close.
know why.
No.
Ghost Mike was saying AFI and My Chemical Romance were confusing, which I get because they're both eye makeup emo
Yes.
bands.
But
Except
AFI is
for-
much more screamo.
They're somewhat, yeah, they're screaming in their stuff.
Yeah.
They are like the legacy punk band, like the one everybody likes. And then My Chemical Romance came like years down the line and kind of copied the style a little bit.
I will say
They do have some good songs.
AFI Miss Murder was on that MySpace volume
What?
CD that I have.
What?
Yes.
See, that's another
I
one-
believe that was the first song on that
I'm sure
album.
that if I listened to a song, I would know it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
But
know,
I couldn't name a
you know-
single song.
You know Girls Not Gray. That's the song you know because I played it in college all the
I
time
can't-
on my computer.
I don't picture it, but if you
It
then
was
I'm sure that
in it was in one of the baseball games or something.
Okay, then I'm sure. Yes,
You must know it.
I'm sure that I would.
It was like their big song at the time, but yeah. So he came out with that, the basketball shorts with the stars on them, the sweatshirt, like a hoodie, except for his hoodie was I I think it had a little Larry, his dog, symbol on it instead of his old CM Punk symbol. Anyway, and this was a brutal match where they kicked the living fuck out of each other.
All right.
Good.
And the end was great because MJF was desperate, so he called out for Wardlow to come bring the ring down to punch him. And then Wardlow came down and went to his left pocket, was like feeling around in there, and said, I don't know where it is. It's not here.
Oh.
And then
okay.
CM
It's
Punk,
a literal ring.
Right. It's
Oh,
a
okay.
literal diamond ring
Okay.
that he wears and punches people in the face with, and that's how he wins his matches. Anyway, Wardlow usually like rolls it to him when the ref's distracted. So, not in the left pocket. CM Punk beats up MJF, I think him with the go to sleep. Oh, I'm sorry. It's in my right pocket. I will now put in the ring for you. But CM Punk is the only one alive. So, of course, he puts it on, punches him, and then wins the match. So, Wardlow is no longer in MJF's corner.
It's not in my corner either.
So I'm guessing this was a no DQ match? If it's the
No.
dog collar match?
Dog collar, so you can do whatever you want. So,
Okay.
Punk pinned MJF.
Yeah, well, Wardlow turned his back on me, too. It cost me a lone wolf.
Oh, there was an excellent tack bump where they kept fighting over tacks and they weren't going in until the Wardlow thing happened. And then MJF gets nailed into the tacks and he lands and then he realizes he's in the tacks and he's like, oh, like bouncing up and down more in the tacks every time. It was an excellent spot.
Oh, I hate
yeah.
the tax.
Gross.
I can't.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh.
Yep. Because I can feel that, and it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that doesn't.
Apparently
feel good.
that's like one of the worst things.
Yeah.
Even though it's not dangerous at all, it's one of the worst fucking
It hurts
things.
100 different places at once.
exactly.
Yeah.
All going in different little directions
Yeah.
because they're tax.
So CM Punk defeated MJF, and you lost that one.
I sure did.
Wow.
Would have been my lone wolf, but no, Wardlow had to. Ooh, look at me. Big man won my match, now I got to screw everybody else over.
Britt Baker won the most WCW style match over Thunder Rosa.
I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound like a good
Like
thing.
a million interferences. It was a New Japan match, basically,
Okay.
of the modern era. An evil match, if you will. All the interference of all time. Thunder Rosa almost wins, kicks out of every single thing except for the last curb stomp, which is Britt does the curb stomp,
Oh, okay.
and she's allowed to do the curb stomp.
and they call it that.
Nice.
Seth is allowed to do it again, right? It's called.
He
something.
was at one point.
It's
though.
back.
He can't call it that. Though.
It's not called the curb stomp. I think it's called just the stomp now because, whatever. Anyway, Britt won. She beat Thunder, which the Ghost Mike thinks
Yeah, just the stomp.
Thunder's going to win in 2 weeks at the San Antonio St. Patrick's Day Slam. So she might win this finally, but I did not get it right because I picked Thunder. Who got it?
Well, he almost had. We handed him this lone wolf,
Oh,
take
and he rejected
yeah.
it, and we all
Wow.
picked Rosa.
Wow. Wow.
Damn, I would have been
It would have been
so good.
crushing. Moxley versus Danielson. Fucking awesome match. Probably going to be a 5-star. Beat the fuck out of each other. Kick, punch. They were all red. Moxley was bleeding. The story was Bryan Danielson wants to tag with Jon Moxley, and Moxley says, not going to tag with anyone unless I bleed with him in the ring. So that's what was going to happen here. So he bled all over the fucking place. Punk and him. Lots and lots of blood in this one. Anyway, Danielson lost when he was submitting Moxley, and he did Moxley did like the flip over pin thing.
Mm-hmm.
And won. And then Danielson was not happy with the results, so he started pushing the referee, and they started fighting again. And then, you want to take this one? Then good old Bill Regal showed up. Your
my
guy.
guy.
Your guy.
Yep.
William Regal showed up.
So I just saw the 2-minute
a
clip
nice
version
pop.
of this.
Nice pop.
Yeah, he came out, no music or nothing. He just came out from the back. And he walked out and got in Moxley's face. He separated him, got in Moxley's face. They called it a headbutt, but he more or less smushed his face together so he didn't get blood.
Oh, the
He
soccer
wanted to
thing.
get
Yeah.
blood on his face.
and
Lean into him.
slapped him real hard in the face
Slap the shit out of John Moxley.
and like calmed him down. He used the slap to calm him down.
Right. There were
Then-
two different slaps.
Brian Danielson is then clapping and laughing about it, and he walks over and Danielson goes to shake his hand, and he slaps Brian Danielson, and then he's like, "All right, sons, get over here and shake each other's hands." And they both went like, "No, I don't want to do it. I'm not doing it, Dad. I'm not shaking his hand."
You will do it.
And then he said, "Yes, you are," and then they did it. So now it's the most dominant tag team in the world with Regal in their corner.
Never
How do they
going to
they
BBUs?
lose? They can't lose.
They can't. It's like the Mega Powers.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
So yeah, they have to eventually implode and have another big
Yeah,
match.
exactly.
Yeah.
They're tag team champions for 5 years. And although that was probably like 6 months, it was definitely not 5 years. Anyway, Moxley beat Danielson. How do we have this?
That was a lone wolf for one Walter Foley.
Oh, you guys gave me a Moxley lone wolf.
Oh my God! What do we do?
I think you knew that too. I think you're like, I guess I'll take it. And you like reluctantly picked John Moxley.
Damn it! The strategy has worked all year. Just wait till you're last, and then try to come up with a ridiculous lone wolf that we're not going to see. Oh God!
Fantastic.
Andrade Hardy Family Office, which is a ridiculous, stupid name,
It's a terrible name.
versus Darby, Sammy, Sting, Tornado Tag, which is my favorite thing to play in WWE 2K, whatever the fuck. Not the ladder match, the weird tornado elimination tags. That
Also
was my
fun.
favorite.
Was this elimination?
This was not elimination.
But yes,
but
agreed.
that is my favorite.
Ladder match is still my favorite, but yes, that's
Yeah.
also a very good one.
Anyway, Darby and the good guys won,
Yeah, it's
of course.
BS, but
Of course. Sting jumped off of the, I don't know what you call it, little opening where people walk out for like the third row that's not super long.
Yeah.
okay.
A New Jack style dive
Oh, okay.
through multiple tables off the top of like an entranceway, basically. And he's 63 years old. And
Good for him.
He looked awful when, I don't know if it was selling. I'm guessing not. He looked awful.
real selling.
I think it was real selling. He looked so bad when they won and like raised their arms. Like, he looks terrible right now. His hair's all fucked up.
Yep.
He can't even
All blown
stand.
up.
He's all blown up.
Please stop wrestling. Please.
So who screwed Andrade here?
Nobody. It was Matt Hardy sucking, basically.
Yeah.
Basically, Matt Hardy sucking.
Who's
Well.
the third person on that team?
It was
Andrade,
one
Hardy.
of the what do you call him? Mark Quinn. It wasn't Mark Quinn. Isaiah
Isaiah
Cassidy.
Cassidy
It was
is his
Isaiah
name.
Cassidy. Mark Quinn is out.
Is Devon's son?
No, I'm sorry.
No? Okay.
No. Top Flight was the one I thought were Devon's.
Oh, okay.
They're not.
So Jeff Hardy did not show up here. Huh?
No Jeff Hardy, and I thought, oh, they're gonna have a dive. They're setting these tables up.
You thought Jeff would
Jeff
be the
is gonna
one.
walk out, and then I was like, wait, why is he gonna hit Matt? Because Matt was the one who was,
Yeah.
about to fall over. I'm like, they're not gonna do that. They'll do Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, where is he? No, Sting.
Sting almost
Sting
killed
j-
himself.
Killing
Jeff
himself.
Hardy screwed me out of that lone wolf. Then.
Also, a terrible fall from Sammy Guevara doing a Spanish fly off the top of a entrance thing from the entrance ramp through
that
tables.
means he had someone with him.
Yep. And the tables did not break the fall. They just, the legs went out the wrong way, and they just went flat. So they obviously
It was him and who?
rushed. Who was
Mark-
it?
or Isaiah
yeah,
Cassidy?
Isaiah Cassidy, sorry.
Yikes.
It was gross. So a couple of very awful,
How do you spell Isaiah? I-S-A-I-A-H?
I think it's 2 S's.
ISIAH.
I-S-I-A-H.
Yeah, this Spanish fly was ugly.
At least this is how he is spelled.
So, but that was a lot of fun.
Private Party, I think they were.
I saw Tony Khan after, and somebody was like,
Personally?
that match was, yes, me and him got together. Had a talk.
Over Zoom.
Yeah.
Obviously.
No, I was watching the post-game press conference thing that he does, and he said, yeah, that was not like a popcorn match. That was not supposed to be, like, we were going to make that a fun, crazy match.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'm in for it. Hangman Page defeated Adam Cole, and it was I saw a tweet, which I did not put in Tweets of the Week, but it should be. It was like, Hangman Page has had a Texas death match. He's had this, that, the other thing. And now he's had an NXT TakeOver main event. It was your perfect Adam Cole style match.
So a good match then.
A very good match. I wouldn't say it's 5, but it was a good match.
What was the finish?
Many false finishes.
Uh-huh.
A lot of false finishes,
Of course.
NXT TakeOver style.
Yeah.
But it was Page hitting Buckshot Lariat after Cole, I think,
So no interference or nothing.
got... he did Cole's finisher. That's why definitely an NXT main event. Did Cole's finisher to Cole.
Which one?
Then Buckshot Lariat.
Sunrise or the Shining Wizard? thing?
Shining Wizard.
Okay. So clean though.
Clean.
Wow.
Yeah, there was interference from Red Dragon, and he kicked out of all those things. And then Dark Order came out. So my prediction of Young Bucks.
Who's Red Dragon?
Fish and O'Reilly,
Oh, okay.
Undisputed Era.
Okay.
Their original name.
All right.
So, Adam Page in a battle for the Atoms.
So now he's just Cole.
Page.
Was there a Red Dragon in Japan?
Yes, same thing.
It was
Same
them?
guys.
These guys.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Same guys. Anyway, I'm assuming we all got this right.
We did all get that right.
Okay, good. There's a lot of
Can we get a breakdown of the
Yeah, let's
score
get
from
this-
last
Let's
night?
get the score.
Didn't keep him.
This podcast is over. It's ending right now.
In first place,
I
Wally
will
Foley.
be happy with that.
Thanks to the Lone Wolves,
Yep, 2.
9 out of 9. The Ghost would have had 5 out of 9 if they counted.
Nope, far too late. He. I want this on the record. He picked 3 hours before these matches started going off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan, you had a lowly 4 out of 9.
Lowly.
And then Wardlow screwed me, so I only had 3 out of 9.
Ooh, wow.
Which means, Wally, I am your next closest competitor right now.
like 13?
I'm back 9 from you. I'm up 4 on Ryan and kind of the Ghost, but not really.
All right, we talked about it sort of before. Tony Khan's big announcement was he did, in fact, buy Ring of Honor.
That's good.
Everything. Not just the tape library, not just,
The
equipment,
the company,
everything.
yeah.
The whole name, everything. And he announced this but didn't really say what he was doing.
Right.
He's like, I bought Ring of Honor. No, I'm not, Shane. I bought Ring of Honor. Me, Tony Khan. And then he left.
Do you think he's going to keep all of their wrestlers?
That is the question, right? Because they have too many guys as it is
AEW.
that we think, through Dark and everything, especially.
Well, I think
is he
Dark.
going to keep everybody, or is he?
I
They
feel like
only
Dark
do-
is going to become Ring of Honor.
It could be. It could.
They only do one show a week, right?
Ring of Honor?
No, AEW.
No,
They have
do
two-
two
they have-
YouTube shows and 2 regular shows a week.
Okay.
Those YouTube shows are going to become Ring of Honor.
Those 2. There's a Monday show. There's Dark and Dark Elevation.
Yeah, the guys that have regular matches on those are going to become regulars in Ring of Honor.
That's what I would
guess.
think. They're not going to bring
Yeah.
back every single Ring of Honor person that was under contract before.
Probably not. No.
They can't even. I think some of them are signed other places. So, yeah, it's really weird. He did say.
So are we going to see a split brand
I don't
draft?
think so, because he did say later in a very cryptic answers on all things Ring of Honor. I don't think he's officially decided that he's going to I'm definitely going to keep all these guys or not.
Mm-hmm.
But he said that he's going to be booking it. He said that it's going to stay Ring of Honor and it's going to be like an NXT in like a weird way. It's like, you like NXT 1? Well, it's going to be kind of be like that. Do you like NXT 2? Okay, well, it's not going to be that.
I hope not.
Okay. So, that's good. I don't know if people the veterans over there need to be around still. And we don't know where it's going to air or any of that. But the other interesting thing that I, figured out by listening to some other podcasts was, All In was
All In.
owned by Ring of Honor.
Yeah, they did it in partnership or whatever
They
with
did
Ring of Honor.
They
yeah.
did it in partnership with the Bucks and those guys. So
Yeah.
it was
But yeah, no, it was like
not. That's why they changed the name,
okay,
because it was owned by Ring of Honor. But now they own
All In.
All In. so they can do whatever they want with that. Or
So all in is
keep
going
that
to be
name.
the Super Show, ROH versus AEW.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
That'd be cool.
Would it though?
That's why Tony was so hot.
The Super Show. It always
That-
works out so well for WWE.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, AEW is not WWE, is it?
No, but they're trying real hard to be WCW.
Anyway, I
That might
think
be
that's
true.
why this happened. I think that's why this started. He's like, we should own that because most of our guys are on
Yeah.
freaking All In. So I should own that. And he probably, I know he flew, was it Jericho? He flew private jet to get there. Like he was there and like helping. So
I imagine his sales pitch was, "Hey, you need money, and I'm not Vince McMahon."
I'll actually, honor this stuff. One more thing. Punk, after the show, he did, in his post-game, said, like, I'm very glad this is with AEW and not with WWE. I'm glad Vince did not buy this.
Yeah.
Because then I have, you have to go to a shitty app to go under 8 fucking menus to get my matches, and also I won't get paid for it. Like, I'm not with that company, and they're just using my shit.
Which that's his sneaky way of demanding that he gets a cut of the profits here.
Right. Maybe. Anyway, so Tony will run Ring of Honor. Now maybe William Regal will be the head of it. That'd be weird.
That would be weird, but I could see it.
But I could see it too. All right, segment to be named later.
I've decided tonight for my segment, I'm going to actually turn the tables and make it a segment for you two.
Oh, no.
Last week,
Okay.
we discussed
Oh, boy.
Wally's favorite wrestling organization, Control Your Narrative,
Yeah, right. Rant room.
in the rant room,
Yeah.
and I cut some promos on the spot.
Oh, boy.
So I'd like to see you guys. Wally, I'm going to start with you. A softball. Cut a 3-minute promo on HH.
3 minutes?
Well, you have up to 3 minutes.
Okay.
Cut a promo on HH.
Are you going to time it?
HH.
No, I'm going to time it. Do you have nothing to say to Hulk Hogan?
I'm thinking about it. I want to use my time efficiently.
I think this is part of your time, isn't it?
Stop being a racist.
Okay.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
Probably fair.
Best way
Fair.
that's to the point.
Fair. Fair.
Ryan, for you, this is the moment you've been waiting years for.
Oh, my.
Will you let us know? Will you let him know? What do you think of your man, Yoshihashi?
You suck. You're the worst guy in New Japan. Even worse than Bone Soldier, you motherfucker.
Wow.
There.
That's
There's actually a wrestling promo game before you decide who won, because I think you have to decide that, right?
Oh, you're done? That was it?
That was it.
Oh, you win
What do you mean?
you win for HH.
yes. Obviously. Stop being a racist,
My-
HH.
all
Right
right.
after 10 seconds.
Fine.
Yeah, you could have gone further. You were on the right track, and then you just stopped. What is this promo game?
There's a promo game where you have to cut promos against each. It's a card game, like a board game, but you have to cut promos against each other. And I thought about buying it. And I'm like, I don't know if that would be a good episode or the worst episode.
That would
of all
be the
time.
worst
Are
episode.
you
Probably
making these
that.
rants up?
It's like, oh, you're a circus clown and you're trying to fall in love with Wally, so cut a promo.
Fuck.
Okay, that's weird. That would be the worst episode ever.
Yeah. That's what I
Please
think.
do not buy that.
That's why I haven't done it.
Okay.
All right. Any other? So Wally wins because Hulk Hogan is a racist.
He is. And you were on the right track when you said he's worse than Bone Soldier.
I thought that was a good ender. His was one sentence.
Yeah,
but it was very
It was
poignant.
don't be a
It was very
racist.
poignant, though.
Fine, that's fair.
That's a very good sentence.
That's a very good sentence. All right, eBay Wars. Wally, you were not a gentleman, but you are.
Champion.
Oh,
The
I was a
champion of the
champion.
world.
I was a gentleman last week, wasn't I?
No, you did the $1 thing. You totally
that was
fucked
fine.
over Bill.
No, that was
no, that was fine.
You were okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a dirty shot. I thought it was a dirty tactic.
my.
We are looking at right now
A
for the
kiss
eBay
cup?
Wars.
Is this a cup
kiss
or a
candle?
holder?
This is a vintage Sting.
Are you sure that's Sting?
That's not Sting.
It's supposed to
Why
be
does he have hair coming out of his eyes?
That's paint.
It's not.
That's
It's
not
the
his
paint.
face paint.
Yes, it is. It's definitely the paint.
But that is a full frown, though.
He always had the frown. What are you talking
Yes.
about? These are not. Have you never seen Sting?
This
Face
only
page.
kind of looks like
Most
Sting.
definitely had the frown. Anyway, this is a WCW Sting coin cup. Rare
Coin cup.
coin cup. 1997.
Oh, I guess it is.
You put your change in this guy. Let's see if we have any descripts. No. Wait. Nothing?
There's no
Nothing?
description.
Vintage, blah, blah, blah. It's the usual BS. Shipped with first class shipping. It's a mug. Or not a mug? Anyway,
So wait, what's the actual name? The actual product?
it's a
name
coin
here?
cup.
Coin cup. It's a Sting coin cup, is what they have it listed as.
It's a coin cup. But if I'm looking at the sucker, like the coins just. Oh, wait.
Go
no, there's
into a
no-
cup.
No, there's a bottom. This is weird. Anyway, doesn't matter. WCW coin cup. You put your change in there. Sting or not. Who do you think it is?
The fifth member of Kiss.
Ace
Yeah.
Frehley?
No, Ace Frehley's cousin that is a roadie, but
I don't know.
every now and then they let him play like to open for him.
I don't know why
Wow.
the face paint looks so wrong.
It doesn't look right,
But
and the
it
hair
does.
also doesn't look right.
It
more
might
so-
be the hair.
More so than the face paint, the hair looks off,
I
Looks
think
like
it's,
Munster.
I think
like
it's the hair.
Any
that's
monster
throwing
or
me.
whatever.
and also
The
the
way his
shape of
hair
his
is.
face is not right either.
Yeah, oh, it doesn't look like him facially. All right. What you got, Wally? Give me a bid. Be a gentleman.
This is
about it.
a coin cup.
Be
a
a
coin cup.
gentleman. Be a gentleman, God damn it.
This is a $45
Woo!
bid.
Now
Okay.
it is a rare coin cup, which does
Rare 97.
move it up. But I'm guessing there's $2.59 worth of change in the cup right now.
What?
And that's what it's actually worth.
Wait,
Guessing
wait,
$2.50?
wait. Are you adding to Wally's bid
No,
at
I'm not.
$2.50? Or are you just saying
I'm saying it's
worth
$2.50.
Well, Wally wins again.
This is more than $45.
It
I know it says
wait,
rare,
no.
but this is more than $45.
is. It's a $50 item. $50. I rarely do this.
$2.50.
Yeah.
$2.50.
I mean, I thought it'd be more than that, but I thought it'd be closer to 250 than to 45.
I never do this, but I'm going to flip the scales here. If you want to get this, you could always use PayPal credit. Bill?
I don't. If it was $4, maybe.
You can get somebody else's change. Anyway, eBay Wars. Wally goes up by 2 now.
$50 for this?
$50.
I guess the giveaway was that he said it was rare, but
Oof. All right, card game. Now we have to open a pack of 2021 Topps Heritage.
super
right.
easy to open.
Yeah.
I'll do that right now. Look how easy that was.
Look how he did it so well.
The Miz.
Wally has
At least
yet,
not yet.
Wally has yet to win. Oh wait, Wally, can you give us a quick update on the Hall of Fame?
What Hall of Fame? Oh, yes.
Our Hall of Fame here.
We have Psycho Sid Vicious.
Yep.
Yep.
Of
We
course.
have Mr. Perfect,
Yep.
the same person. And we have Tamina.
And we have Tamina,
That's it.
We also have a Smirnoff Ice. Screwdriver
the
flavored.
final one.
Yes. It's also
Thank
part
God.
of our...
It's
Our
part of our Hall of Fame.
yes.
So I never have to get rid of that bottle.
Correct.
Yeah. So Wally, you haven't won one of these yet, but you
I
have won.
Do not care about that.
You have won
I'm
in
looking
this
through.
show.
Holy moly, I'm looking through. We got some stuff in this one.
In this show, you have already won.
Oh, we got some stuff in this one. All right.
Okay.
I like this pack.
You've won AEW Revolution picks.
Yep.
You've won the eBay Wars title. You retained.
Yep.
If you win this is a clean sweep, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This is it.
All right.
What you
Okay. This
These
person,
are all just WWE people, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
got, or maybe fired people.
Right, but
Yes.
they...
You have to-
Yes.
that
won't-
has to be
okay.
played in.
This person is somebody that is one of my favorites.
Samoa Joe.
Liam Regal.
This person in the card that I'm looking at is beating up Shayna Baszler.
Asuka.
Kairi Sane.
This person is a 4-horsewoman.
Oh my God, what's her name? Not Sasha.
She's beating up Shayna
Yes,
Baszler.
Sasha?
Bailey.
Bailey.
Incorrect. Bailey is correct.
Damn it.
Yeah, she's giving her a
You
suplex.
confused me for a second with 4 horsewomen because I'm like, wait,
Oh.
you don't like Ronda? Oh wait, there's 2 4 horsewomen.
Okay, this person, is in a shiny card.
Shiny.
Started off in WWE world at least as a manager.
In WWE as a manager, but definitely isn't anymore.
No, I guess would be a wrestler now. Yeah,
Zelina?
that's correct.
Wow.
Zelina Vega.
Oh, you're not winning.
Like
this.
I was like the girl who was with the boa guy.
No.
This person, the only clue you need is a WWE wrestler.
The Miz.
That's correct. Can't make it up. He's back. We have to keep track of them because that's what 4 or 5 now.
I think that's 5 in 4 weeks.
That's 5 Miz's.
In 4 weeks.
Jesus, Miz. What did he do to deserve all these cards?
I don't know, but we're gonna have the most impressive collection of Miz cards
You have
in the
all
world.
the Miz's.
Are they all different too?
I think they are.
Yes.
They are all
No, they
different
can't.
cards.
They can't be a repeat. They
2006 superstar.
It's
right,
his
that was
first
the
match.
silly one from a couple weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
All you need.
They're all different.
It's a WWE.
They're all different. All right.
All right, this is our first Allen and Ginter of the night.
Oh, this could be
Okay.
a good one or not.
I think you'll actually put this person into the Hall of Fame.
Right now, Hall of Famer.
I think in our Hall of Fame.
Right. Wow.
I imagine they are in the WWE Hall of Fame. I guess I don't know, but I'm fairly confident.
The Road Warriors.
Nope,
let me
it's one
see.
person.
They. Okay.
One person. We love them.
Yeah,
probably
he's
in the
well
Hall of
liked.
Fame.
Conan?
Nope.
We don't like him anymore?
One of
the
the
Parka.
one of the best gimmicks of all time.
Undertaker.
Best gimmicks of all time.
Kane.
Nope.
Mankind.
Huh.
Nope.
Gimmicks.
It's not a good one, right? It's got to be a silly one because
No.
he says it's one of our favorites.
One of the best gimmicks of all time. Like this dude made it the second he was given this gimmick.
God damn it.
This man had a butler that used to come to the ring with him.
Ted DiBiase?
That's the one.
Oh.
Look at this. That's a Hall of Fame card, I think.
That's a Hall of Fame card. That's a Hall of Fame card.
Money, money, money.
All right.
We have our second Allen and Ginter card.
Oh, boy.
I've only gotten the Miz again.
This person is a debatable Hall of Famer. I think
Ooh.
this person is definitely a WWE Hall of Famer. Debatable for us and our show,
Okay.
but I think because of our show and his
What?
connections to it, he will make it into
La
our Hall of
Parka.
Fame as well.
Kevin Nash.
It is, in fact, well, it's not Kevin Nash.
Diesel.
It's Diesel.
Damn it.
Diesel has to go to the Hall of Fame. We have 2 Hall of Famers?
Two
this
Hall of
time?
Famers, yeah.
Oh, no.
This next person
Look out, Tamina. Move over.
is a personal favorite of mine again.
Ooh.
Asuka Kairi Sane.
With that boa guy, as Wally said earlier.
I don't know her name.
Xylee.
It is Xylee. Although I've never seen this version of her. This must be... Did she get called up?
Yeah, I think
Oh, she looks cool.
Doesn't look anything like the Xylee I
No,
know.
I think that's the... Or maybe it was before the demon shit.
Oh, man, I really do like this pack. This person is a favorite of mine. And also you guys. She has been an NXT champion.
Kairi Sane.
Becky. Asuka.
She jumps off of stuff.
Irish Rai.
That's the one.
Big favorite.
Damn.
Let me say this. Hall of Famer, Irish Rai.
I'm okay with it.
All right.
That's
let's put her
more.
in there.
Yeah. Can we take Tamina out then?
No.
Here's your stack.
Well, no.
Wally, here's your stack.
I one more for you.
I didn't get shut out. I
You
didn't
did
get
not.
shut
Welcome to the
out.
Hall of Fame, Io. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Xylee.
All right.
And we're welcome to the Hall of Fame, Diesel. And welcome to the Hall of Fame. I don't know if I agree with this. Ted DiBiase.
You don't think he's a Hall of Famer?
What? That's a fantastic
us?
card. That's a fantastic card.
All right,
Just
take him
because
out.
of the look. All right, here. Get these
This
out of
is
here.
this is an awesome card of Io though.
Yeah.
Hall
Upside
of Fame.
down.
She's the
That's
best.
freaking awesome.
Hall of Fame.
Even
All
for,
right.
I mean, I guess the connection to the show would just be his run-ins with Cam Grimes, but
Sure. That's right.
we can take him out. I didn't know Mr. Perfect. I didn't think had a lot of connections to the show.
He doesn't at all. So maybe we can boot him out. I just like Mr. Perfect.
Make room. Tamina's coming in.
She's already in. All right, Dark Side of the Ring, Collusion in Korea, or
Not doing trivia?
whatever the heck it is. No, we're not doing it.
All right.
Skip it.
All right. So we had watched Collision in Korea, and it was just a weird show in North Korea where they kept saying like a million people were at the show and whatever.
Which we debated as that was fake, but I guess not. They said like ridiculous numbers. It was like 200,000.
300,000, which then was
300,000.
over 2 nights, which
Yeah.
still is crazy.
Yeah.
But
That's a lot of fucking people.
so
When you're forced to go, it's,
Yeah.
So,
we found
yes.
that out later. You were forced at gunpoint to go to these things.
there were 2 stories in this, which they interwove throughout the show. I'm going to separate them into 2 different stories
Yeah, right.
for covering it.
Because
Okay.
one is like 6 seconds because we watched it and we assumed all these things.
Right.
And the other is what the fuck?
Yes.
This is incredible.
yeah.
So we basically get a lead in. It's in North Korea, not South Korea. Like we're going to the bad Korea, if you will.
Right.
And it's just like the craziest version of political theater you could ever hope to see.
Yeah.
We get
That'll never happen again after this.
Eric
right?
Bischoff pops up and just talks about how great he is.
Sure.
And he says he's the reason that WCW re-engaged New Japan, which I feel like is not accurate at all.
I think that is accurate though, because he wanted to do the world. We're a world company
I hope so.
kind of thing.
But he basically said so. They did, and they definitely did like restart a relationship, and Ultimo Dragon and all these people were showing up.
Right.
And he said Inoki, who was running New Japan at the time, came to him and said they want to have a peace festival in Korea.
But nobody can come to it except for Koreans of the North.
Yeah. So he says he wants to go to Korea, and so he's like, this is crazy, but also like I get one up on Vince McMahon. Basically, like this would be like a big show. We then go to Scott Norton, because who else would you?
Yeah.
Yep.
He
had
said
a
he was a
shit
world
match in
champion
this.
arm wrestler,
Yes.
which I believe, but I did not know.
Yes, he was.
I
Then
don't
we-
know why, but I did not recognize Scott Norton. Even when we
'Cause
watched
he kind of looks
all the
same.
way in. Like, in my mind, that's not who Scott Norton is. I don't know who I thought Scott Norton is, but it's not that
Because
guy.
he wasn't. I feel like he wasn't really around WCW a ton. Because he was in
Wasn't-
Japan. and
Oh
stuff.
no, he was there a ton. He
Yeah,
was the-
especially when I was
He
watching.
was there a ton. He
Oh,
was
really?
the B Squad.
Yeah.
NWO. It was
Yeah.
him
Oh,
and
that's
him
right.
and Buff Bagwell.
That's
were a
right.
tag
Yeah.
team.
Okay. Yes. You're right.
Vicious and delicious.
Oh God. Yep. That's the one. Okay.
My
And
good
then-
close personal friend of Buff Bagwell.
Yep, so you hang out with him in the wall. And then we get Too Cold Scorpio, who was there. He was in New Japan. Had just gotten back from New Japan, and he was one of the original, like the early high flyers. Like he was fun to watch. Then we actually see Antonio Inoki actually shows up
Yeah.
in this
Yeah,
Vice
that was cool.
documentary.
I was surprised.
Yeah, I was too. But he basically said like, yeah, like I wanted. He talked about how he was like a politician at the time.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, this would be like a good thing to do for Japan and Korea, and basically to get his name out there, I think. But
Sure. And they fucking hated each other, right? That was
yeah, Korea
Backstory.
and Japan,
don't like each other.
like
yeah.
for thousands of years, have hated
Right.
each other. So they go to Inoki goes to Korea and says, why don't we do this? And Korea basically pulled the Saudi Arabia at present day and says like, yes, fine, get every big name you can, anyone that.
Right.
So like they want Muhammad Ali and they want Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
That's who they asked for.
Well, they got one. Somehow
right.
Inoki, who was new personally,
Right. They had that match together.
got Muhammad Ali to show up, and he's well past his prime at this point. I don't think he's even a boxer anymore. But
Yeah, and the
No, definitely not.
Koreans liked Inoki because he was trained by.
yeah, we hear about that later by Ricky
Okay.
Dozen,
Okay.
who was a Japanese hero who actually was
North
Korean.
yeah.
And when they found it out, they killed him.
Yeah.
The Yakuza.
Killed
He
him.
got stabbed by a blade that had been peed on or something,
Yeah.
so it got infected. It was
Yeah.
like a weird, it's a gross
It was
story.
so bad.
So at this point, Bischoff basically decides, well, I'm not going to go to the government and ask because they're going to tell me no. So we're just going to go.
Yeah.
Let me get my boys together. He goes to Hogan, and Hogan basically gives him a not going to be able to do it.
Not gonna be able to make that one, brother.
That's a date I'm not going to do.
So he's like,
fair.
yeah, he's like, he didn't want to take a risk. And then when Inoki went to the Japanese wrestlers and he said Norton was saying I was like there in the locker room with him.
Yeah.
He said basically they said like no one wanted to go, and then when he asked why, they said because they want us to be dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. They want us dead.
Scorpio,
Oh my god.
very happy to do this. Just wants to travel.
Yeah.
It's like I've never been to Korea. I'll do that. So they're going. They're gonna go. And then apparently Chris Benoit just decided to go because he's mentioned this a bunch of times.
Mm-hmm.
He was in Japan and WCW.
Yeah, so it ends up being him, Ric Flair, who was like the number 2, and they talk about how he was sad that he wasn't the number 1 choice that Hogan was.
Yeah.
But Norton, Scorpio, the Steiner brothers, only the one Road Warrior.
Just Hawk.
Just Hawk.
Animal was probably in rehab.
It was weird. No, it was reversed. Animal was always clean.
Oh.
Well, I mean, not. So I'm sure not clean.
Well, yeah, but
you know,
Hawk was the one who had
Hawk was the
bigger
one who had the problems, which is, I think, caused by some of the stuff they talk about in this. Doesn't he have like some injury, and that's why he can't fight?
That's what Scott Norton says.
Yeah, there's a whole subplot here. We got to get to.
We will get to that. So they're gonna, and they said, but everyone just like couldn't wait for Ali to show up. That's everyone just wanted to see Muhammad Ali, including like the wrestlers.
Well, yeah.
And they said that like they were very uncomfortable the whole time until Ali and Inoki showed up and things kind of relaxed a little, briefly, I guess. They talk about flying to Japan, where they then get on a military plane to go to Korea. So they said, which even now, if you were to take like an American military plane anywhere, there's no seat. You're in like a jump seat, just strapped in. The difference being they all felt like this plane was going to fall out of the air. It was like a 40-year-old plane that they were in.
They weren't sending the good ones.
And they said that Ric Flair was legitimately scared of it. Like, wouldn't get out.
Well, he had been in a plane crash.
Yes, which they didn't make mention of that.
No.
But yeah, I felt like, yeah, of course he's afraid of it.
Yeah, he was in a fucking plane crash. I would never get on a plane again if I survived a plane crash. I'm sorry, I wouldn't.
They say they get into Korea, they land safely, and immediately their passports are taken. Mm-hmm. And that freaks them out.
What, that's not normal?
I guess it's not. Then we get Mike Chinoy, I think. He was a CNN reporter, and he basically says, like, yeah, I was there to cover this. It was really weird. Thanks. Excellent
It's not normal. And they didn't know what the fuck was going on.
They basically paired everybody off into, like, roommates, like pairs of 2, and then gave them an attaché or
like
a guard.
I want an attaché.
Yeah.
I don't want to be persecuted, but I want an attaché. I want to call somebody that.
This is my attaché.
Sonny Ono pops up here.
Yeah, because he did that awful fucking commentary on it.
Yep. Yeah, he did.
As like a fake Japan announcer.
And he basically comes on and says, yeah, Japan straight up told us, do not do this.
Yeah.
Said,
bad
like,
idea.
They hate us, do not go. So they get there, though. They all go. First thing they got to do is they got to go put flowers down and pay homage to the dear leader. Right. So that basically they can take a picture of all these superstars. And they basically say, like, they came to Korea just so they could praise this guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And then Ali shadow boxes on his grave.
Yep.
Yeah.
He sure did.
Yep.
And everybody loved
Everybody loved it. He's like, no one saw it except us. It was amazing. Some guys are at the hotel going nuts. They're like, all right, let's just go downstairs. There's a pool table. We'll play pool. Mm-hmm. Said it took them like 2 hours just to get the stuff.
Yeah.
And then one ball goes off the table, and that's the end of the game.
Yep.
Everyone hates them. Go back to your rooms. What are you doing? So they're like getting very uncomfortable with where they're at now. Bischoff talks about he got up in the morning to go for a run and just didn't say anything to anyone, just went out. And he said it was early, so when he like left, it was dark, there's nobody out. He said when he was coming back, people were starting to get up and coming out of their houses, and they were like terrified to see this American running down the road.
Yeah.
And he said he got back and like his attaché like lost it on him. Do not leave without me. And he said like I thought that I got her killed.
Yeah.
Like that
He was
it.
like, if I didn't see her the next day, I'm pretty sure I got her killed.
Yeah.
He talks about that during the show too, doesn't he? He like tells the story during the actual collision in Korea.
About
does he?
going running. Yeah.
No, oh yeah.
He tells it on the air. Obviously they were back home, but
Then we have some other stuff that we'll come back to. Scott Norton talks about how he got in trouble because he called his wife.
Oh, yeah.
And she was screaming at him because he's like, I haven't been able to. So when I finally called her, she was yelling at me for going out with the boys and ignoring her. And he's like, you don't understand. I'm in this hellhole of a country. I can't call you.
Can't even leave the room.
And he said he got off the phone and got yanked out of his room and they basically said, you cannot say anything. Yeah. And here's a giant man who said he was scared for his life and was like, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah. I will do nothing like that.
He heard a click and thought she hung up on him when in reality they hung up the line.
Yeah. So they threaten him, and then they basically say, do not say anything bad about North Korea and let him go. As though these people are going to go home and be like, yeah, what a wonderful experience that was when I was there. But he's like, okay, yeah, no problem. Then Ali does a shadow boxing at the tomb that they had to go visit. Again, a second trip they had to take. Mm-hmm. Blah, blah, blah. We'll come back. So finally...
I can't wait.
They get to go to the stadium. At least now they get to the actual wrestling for it. They go in and they see 100... I think they said the attendance was 170,000 or something. But they say, all these people are going. It's awesome until they learn, oh, no, they were told they have to be there. No one wants to be here. No one knows what this is. Mm-hmm. They're just told they have to be here. That's a weird feeling. But apparently it turned into a good show. I don't know. I didn't think it was especially great. But
they were saying how, the first couple matches, nobody reacted.
Yeah, the
they
crowd
were
had
what
no
the fuck
clue
is
what was
going
even going
on.
Yeah.
They did react, though, in that Scorpio...
A little bit.
A little bit when he jumped
cheer
off.
A little, yeah.
They did cheer a little bit, but yeah.
But they basically say Inoki comes out and he's got to save the day.
Yeah. And they cheered for him. I remember.
And they say this is where they talk about his connection to Ricky Dozen, the Korean-born Japanese superstar. He was trained by him, so the crowd gets behind him. Mm-hmm. They don't know what's going on, but they get behind him. And then him and Flair are just two very good wrestlers. Yeah. So they put on a good match. Flair sells like he can do.
Yep. And they seeing the American get beat up.
Right. Yep. And he's good at that, so he makes Inoki the hero.
Yeah, imagine Hogan trying to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing Hogan said no.
Yeah. He knew he was going to have the job to
Inoki.
Yeah. That's why he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Got to protect the
But they say, and this was more or less true, they say, by the end of the match, the entire crowd was into it. And they're all cheering for Inoki and stuff.
Yes, they were. But
and that's Scott Norton's this is the greatest, because of the circumstances, this is the greatest wrestling match that has ever happened. They got this crowd into it.
Well, that's an interesting take. Yeah.
They finally get to leave, and everyone's thrilled. They talk about landing back, not even back in America, just back to Japan.
Yeah.
And Flair got out of the plane and legitimately kissed the ground.
Well, they were probably back in one of those army planes where he's like, oh, I'm going to fucking die.
So then we just end up everyone giving their last takes. They say it didn't actually help Inoki because he ran for office and failed. Yeah. Norton's the show itself was really cool. It was a terrifying time.
Yeah.
Scorpio was just it was a huge crowd. I got to say that one thing I got on Hogan, I wrestled in front of 180,000 people
twice.
Yeah. And then Bischoff was like, hey, I was there. I did the biggest wrestling show it's ever been. I did it.
You can look it up on Wikipedia. Yeah. It's a big show.
Oh, boy.
Okay. The real story of this show.
The very interesting part.
That they just all of a sudden they say to Scorpio, what happened? And he kind of laughs. I'm Norton, what happened with Hawk? And he goes, oh, jeez. And then they show Bischoff and he's like, I actually don't know what we're talking about.
He didn't even know about it. That was crazy.
Because they even asked him, did you ever hear about the plot that Scorpio was going to kill Hawk in Korea? He goes, what the fuck?
That was how it started. That's how the story began.
I rewound because I was, of course, not paying much attention. And I was like, did I fucking miss something? And no, it just goes straight into it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So basically, Scorpio's talking. He says him and Flair have heat.
Yeah.
They're for whatever reason they're on the bus and they're kind of jawing at each other. So then Hawk steps in on Flair's behalf and apparently calls him the N-word.
Mm.
When this happens, Scorpio goes off and just beats the bag out of him on the bus. And they have to get dragged apart by the other wrestlers and the Japanese and people that are there to and keep them in line basically. and says he like, and then I'm thinking as we're watching it like, all right, so you say he beat him up, and then they go to Norton,
right,
who basically confirms it by being like, well, he was sick, he was on all this medicine, he wasn't very strong, he would normally have whooped Scorpio. And I'm thinking, Norton, like after the setup to the story where he says he used the N-word, why would you still be defending him 30 years later?
Yikes.
But he does. Norton sticks up for him and says, he would have beat him up. Bless you.
Fucking asshole.
Welcome.
Yeah, you guys are connected. You're fourth cousins, so we found that out before the show.
We are.
Fourth cousins, you know when to...
Yeah, so he basically whoops him on the bus.
Yep, kicked his ass.
Too
Cold is like a known shooter.
Yeah.
They end up like getting in each other's faces again, and this time Hawk gets a couple shots in like the hotel. They get separated, sent to their rooms, and it's Scorpio with Benoit. And Scorpio says like, yeah, so it was at dinner, and we had metal chopsticks. So I dropped one on the floor in my pocket. Dropped another one in my pocket. He said, got back to the room, and I made a shiv. I'm going to murder him because I know how to make a shiv. I'm doing it, and he says he's trying to tell me like, hey, don't do this, don't do this. And he's like, hey. If he wants to do this, we're going to do it.
Wow. Benoit, unlikely voice of reason.
Yeah.
Jesus.
So then they end up meeting for the third time on the trip in an elevator. And they get
just the two of them, right?
Just the two of them in an elevator.
Yeah.
And they basically get in each other's faces. And it's, are we going to do this? Are we going to do this?
Scorpio's got the shiv in his
Yeah,
pocket.
and he's waiting. And I guess Hawk backed down and said, if you want to do this when we get back to the States, we can do this.
Yeah.
Let's not do it here. And that was the end of it.
Yeah.
So it never happened. But apparently we were seconds away from him shivving Hawk in an elevator in North Korea.
He's like, yeah, Hawk said, like, they took all my medicine, like, I don't have my roids. And he's like making all these excuses not to, like, why he's been acting out like that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy, Jesus.
I became racist when I didn't take my steroids. You know, excuses everybody makes.
If this happened,
oh my God,
I don't think. Not only do we not know it happened, these folks never come back from Korea.
Oh God, no!
Like Ric Flair dies in Korea because of these two.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true.
But yeah, that was the real story in this. Like, yeah, it's crazy that they went to this communist country and like couldn't leave the room and all this.
Right.
But yeah, the subplot is Too Cold Scorpio was planning to stab Hawk to death with a chopstick shiv.
This was a great episode of the show because of that.
Yeah.
Side plot. It made it so good.
Yeah.
Instead of just repeating the same, you knew about this already, but we're going to say it again. All right, Wally, time for a top 5, which you probably just typed up about 10 minutes ago.
No,
what you got?
I typed them out about 4 hours ago when I was at dinner at McDonald's. Chocolate candies, the top 5 chocolate candies.
Okay.
Number 5, Hershey Kisses.
Right,
Number 4, Three Musketeers.
I like a musketeer.
I like a musketeer. Yeah.
Number 3 is the Crunch Bars.
No.
No.
Not bad, but overrated.
Number 2 is the M&Ms.
No. Again, I like an M&M, but it doesn't belong unless it's the peanut butter M&Ms.
No.
Those are the best.
No. See, I don't like any peanut or caramel.
I didn't say peanut butter.
Oh, I don't like peanut butter with my chocolate.
What?
Oh,
I know.
What?
I know.
I was.
Number 1 is Kit Kats.
What?
Yep.
No way.
Yep.
This list is garbage.
What is your number 1 candy?
Chocolate
candy.
Chocolate candy.
Bill.
Of late, it's peanut butter M&Ms. But probably if I had to pick one, I would say Twix bars.
Ooh.
I don't like the caramel.
Reese's peanut butter
Caramel
cup.
is delicious.
It's
just sugar.
Peanut butter cup. I like Oreos too, but they're not candy.
That's not a candy. That's a cookie.
That's a cookie.
That's a cookie.
They make some candies. All right, quick hitters.
It's like I haven't had an Oreo forever.
I need an Oreo.
The kids keep eating them all.
Oh God, I have to eat their weird gummies and half
Pirate's booty.
Pirate's booty to survive. It's a trail of pirate's booty to my dead body. Quick hitters. Both Cody and Stone Cold might now both not be on WrestleMania.
What happened to Stone Cold?
he just decided he didn't want to do it.
I don't blame him. Good for him.
I would have been surprised if either one of them showed up at WrestleMania.
Well, it seemed like a lock for Cody until his weird tattoo mishap or
Did
whatever.
Did it seem like a lock?
Or maybe it did. The Vince interview.
Ooh,
Pat
this was
McAfee
bad.
interviewed Vince McMahon. Some people absolutely love this thing.
Didn't listen. Don't care to listen.
I understand why people like it because it's like, bro, Vince. He's gonna say fuck, and he's gonna talk about he's gonna bust Pat McAfee's balls, and that's funny. But then he said this thing about how dead weight wrestlers, the people who've been fired, are dead weight, and they should have worked harder, and they know why they got fired. Stop blaming me, basically.
Jesus, he's the fucking worst.
Oh my god.
Cool, bro.
Oh, I got
dickhead.
I got an idea for my top 5 for next week.
So I saw this on the Cage Side Seats article where they took a transcript of what he had said. And then at the bottom it said, yeah, I guess Tegan Knox should have tried harder when you called her up to the main roster, put her with a different tag partner, fired her other one, then took you off TV and made you sit at home, and then fired you. I guess you should have tried harder.
Yeah.
How is that her fault in any possible way? But dead weight wrestlers. WWE 2K22, speaking of released dead weight, they have 32 released wrestlers on this roster.
And they didn't take them out, huh?
I'm sure they took plenty of people out and couldn't physically get these people out without ruining the game.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Triple H may never return to WWE. I do not believe this.
I don't believe it, but
Why
I
did we
don't know
say
why
that?
he would want to go back. Yeah,
Yeah.
what is that report coming from?
Saying that he stopped talking to everybody in WWE and he stopped talking to Ric Flair and he's just silent. Just not talking to anybody.
Is he talking to his wife?
He spent years building this NXT into a thing. Took it from this nothing
piece of shit.
And then he had a heart attack or whatever.
Really?
He had something.
Heart episode.
It wasn't a heart attack, but it's something. Was out for that, and they literally tore it apart. This thing that he poured his life into for 5 years or 10 years, and they just ripped it apart. I don't blame him. Why would you want to go back?
I agree. I don't get it. But you're married into the family, so
yeah.
That's got to make reunions very awkward.
Yeah, might be a problem.
I feel like Vince doesn't have very many people showing up to visit him anymore. Between him firing Shane, apparently also he told Pat McAfee he's not with Linda anymore.
Oh, that was hilarious. He's
Jesus.
well, I think it was just a senior moment, but he was like, when I was with my former wife, wife. Ghost immediately picked up on that.
Yeah.
But
why would he ever say former?
But so who's showing up for his family reunions?
If he is
just
in
him,
fact,
right?
Away from Linda,
right?
Which is very.
Does he have any brothers or sisters?
His brother passed away, I think, a year ago.
Stephanie, probably likes mom better. I have to assume, even if she doesn't, she likes dad better. Dad's being a real jerk to her husband.
Right.
Yeah. Maybe she goes, but Tripp stays home.
Shane, I imagine, is nowhere around.
They have kids.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Maybe the kids go.
I don't know.
Maybe
awkward.
There's 4 people. Maybe.
Well, he may never return. All right, tweets of the week. There's not many. One was, longtime Jeff, good on you. Nia Jax is apparently the first person to ever get CTE from giving other people concussions. Tweet of the week. For the dumb things that she had said, if you missed that. Sean Rossap, my God, AEW can do Ring of Honor toy lines, and they can be in the video game. That would be fun. Yeah. And then
we cried about
this final
King
one.
Regal.
We loved King Regal. And then Sean Rossap again saying CM Punk emotional over being able to use AFI as his theme song, and happy Ring of Honor footage is finally in good hands instead of on a shitty app with a tab that doesn't work. That's your Peacock.
That's how it works.
That's your Peacock right there. All right.
Yeah, Peacock is terrible.
It is. Although this Olympics were better than the last one.
I don't even watch soccer on it anymore.
I used it a ton for the Olympics.
Yeah,
it was better this time.
Yes. It was much
better than
much better for the winter. Yeah, because they must have figured something out.
Yeah,
but
that they should just promote the fact that they have the Olympics,
or actually show live events.
Yeah. Yep.
Right.
Instead of just the highlights
highlight
and
show at the end of the
replays.
night.
Yeah.
Next review is me, and it is another episode of Put That Cigarette Out. Royal Rumble 2.
All right.
Just the match, not the full pay-per-view.
I know who won it. I don't remember a ton about it.
This is Big John Studd,
It
if I
is.
remember. We now have a rubric. You detailed it last week, which I have to write it down and make like scorecards, I think. Or maybe we could just use computers. We don't really need scorecards. Rubric, Royal Rumble 2. That's next time. Put That Cigarette Out. It's back.
Wow.
And I will keep it going now that you have closed this loop for me. Thank you. With no more collusion in Korea. Collision in Korea. All right. That's it. Peace out.
See ya.